This is the Priestcast. I'm Father Adam Ahern. Father Michael Kuchar, how are you?
Father Ahern, I'm doing well, thanks. How about yourself?
Living the dream, hoping never to wake up.
You know, Father Ahern,
day.
You're on lunch break right now.
It's Sunday, Father Kuchar.
Oh, it's Sunday. Yes, it is. It's Sunday today.
It is. So, I had my drill Friday, Saturday. So today, on Sunday, we had Mass in the morning. But now, I have a little bit more time. I'm on my way up to Shelby, to your neck of the woods, actually.
Are you really?
For a retirement party for a soldier, served 20 odd years in the National Guard, and now she's getting out. A really good, holy and devout lady. I wish her the best.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, you know her.
Well, I think I do know who you're talking about, but I didn't realize she's retiring.
Yeah, she's getting out. So
she seems too young to retire.
Well, that's one of the things with particularly people in the military is they enter when they're 18, 19 years old, and so by the time they're 40, they're retiring.
Wow. You won't find me around here, Father Ahern. I have sport group in Indianapolis tonight.
Oh, okay.
So after my last Mass today, I've got marriage prep, and then I'm a house blessing, and then I'm tooling over to Indianapolis for a nice prayer together with some brothers and meal and chat and everything.
That's awesome. Well, tell our brother priest that I said hello and that they're in my prayers today as they support each other.
Cool.
Just not you.
Today I'd like to discuss the mission of encounter. This is part 6 of the St. Francis of Assisi segment here.
What does mission of encounter?
It means that encountering, and you can think about it with St. John Vianney, who learned from St. Francis of just the importance of being present and the importance of allowing people to encounter Christ through you as a priest. Or even, of course, Francis was not a priest. He was...
No, but he was. So I think it's rather than priest. I think the better term would be, servant or I don't know.
I would say even any baptized person.
Yeah, Christian. Really. Christian. Yes, just any Christian. Like how do you serve Christ? How do you express? How do you be that follower of Christ? That's a disciple. That's what we're at. Discipleship. How do you be a good disciple?
Yes, exactly. And the idea is that when people, we have to, that means we have to be present and around, and but also it means that we have to let the grace of God flow through us in a really, beautiful kind of way. And you just look at how Father Vianney in Ars, and we've talked about this, for the last 300 days, but that's why he was in the confession all the time. It's why he did house visits. It's why he invited himself there. It's why he was doing catechetical sessions every single day. It's why he never isolated himself. He was always, that's the devil's trick. He wants.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's always his trick. But Vianney wouldn't let him have it. And so he just was always with the people. And I think that's, Pope Francis did such a nice job of reminding us, that we're priests for others. But anyways, listen to this beautiful story. Perhaps you've heard of it, Father Ahern. It was of St. Francis of Assisi. Happened in 1219. And evidently it's a very famous story. I don't remember hearing it before, but anyways, one day it was during the 5th Crusade, and St. Francis of Assisi, he leaves his camp behind, and he went to visit the Muslim ruler.
I have heard this one before.
You have heard this before?
Yeah.
And Al Malik Al Kamil of Egypt, the Sultan. And it was in the midst of this brutal conflict, and really Francis kind of figured that in leaving the camp behind and going to visit this guy, that he was probably going to be martyred.
Right.
And
Like
he really was okay with that. He was
that was
actually kind of almost
kind of
like
his
hoping for
plan.
it.
That's kind of his plan.
Right, right. And so he goes there, and instead of like meeting some kind of a monster, Francis meets this leader who is immediately sort of captivated by Francis's genuine holiness, and just he welcomed him, and
Yeah.
and his advisors were telling him to have the guy executed, have Francis
Right. Yeah.
executed.
Kill this guy.
Yeah, but the Sultan was like, no, like there was something about him, even in his eyes, he said, and so they actually spoke for 2 weeks. He stayed up there with the guy for 2 weeks, and just like they had this incredible. It's really kind of a moment of interfaith dialogue that was really uncommon at the time. But
it's
Francis here, he evangelized. He saw this. He wasn't afraid of this encounter. He went with courage, and he didn't go with arguments, but he just went with a life that, I'm thinking of the gospel today, a life that looks like the gospel.
right.
And that really opened up this incredible conversation and dialogue with. And I was like, what a story, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like
to not be
now,
afraid.
like the Sultan wasn't converted. He wasn't,
That we know about.
that we know about, right? And like there wasn't like this great like declaration of anything, but as a result of that, that's the Franciscans got custody of the Holy Land
Exactly.
in perpetuity, right? So that's why when
They
you
still do to
visit,
this day.
yeah, that's why you when you visit the Holy Land today, it's the Franciscans that are running all those sites because of this encounter. So you see the longer term result of this encounter, right? But
The
but
Sultan even gave Francis provisions so that he would have a safe journey home,
right,
and
yeah,
and basically gave him a blessing that he would be safe on his way. Just like, talk about an effective. It just goes to show that an encounter can be very powerful,
absolutely.
and that's really part of the mission. And Jesus shows it to us,
Francis went there with one idea, with one intention, right? I'm going
to be martyred.
yeah, essentially, yes. But he left there with something so much greater.
And notice that he didn't go with the intention of killing him or anything. Like, he went with the intention of, I want to talk to this guy, and he's not probably going to want to hear from me, so he'll probably kill me, but that's okay. It wasn't like a violent intention.
Exactly. Yeah, no,
And
you're
this is the
exactly right.
Beatitudes that we see him live in. But Jesus ultimately shows us this, and Pope Francis titled it "The Culture of Encounter," which Jesus models for us very nicely. Like, he wasn't afraid to go talk to the sinners. He wasn't afraid to go talk to the lepers. He wasn't afraid, like, no matter what people were going to say about him, and he knew that they were going to talk about him behind his back. They knew that they were going to persecute him, but he didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
And Vianney's the same way. Here, Vianney's like, no matter what the cost is, one soul is more worth all the treasures in the world.
Right. I mean, what was his prayer over and over again? Lord, help me convert them. Lord, help me bring them to you. Lord, it was always about bringing people to Jesus Christ. It was always about spreading the gospel. It was never about Vianney. And so, like, but he was always putting himself out there to encounter these people, to be present to them in a good and holy way.
And when we really live out these Beatitudes, it's amazing, like the way that the Lord can just like flow through the person. and make the person glow, make the person radiate a life of, and that people find very captivating.
Oh yeah.
And maybe some people will resist that and resent that. And that's why Jesus says you'll be persecuted. Blessed are you when you're persecuted for my name's sake. But it's me that they're finding trouble with,
Yeah, and that's ultimately what we have to remember in a lot of ways, and in a lot of things is they rejected him first, right? They came at him first. It wasn't me. It's not me that they're pushing away. It's Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. Very good, Father Ahern. Well, that was lovely. Let's have that same mission, shall we?
Sounds great.
All right. St. John Vianney.
Pray for us.